Traders, what's going on, guys? Cleveland here. Time for another Monday market breakdown. Hope you guys are doing pretty good. We're coming back from last week. Last week we were talking about a lot of pullbacks. Had a couple of things come out fundamentally on NFP. That number gave us a lot of volatility, so we're going to go into a little bit of those readings. By the way, if you guys aren't subbed, go ahead and sub, and if you like the analysis, like the video. Okay, so last week, you guys, the video was called the pullbacks, right? So we're looking at the CAD, the NZD, the GBP, and the Euro, and potentially one more thing. And we wanted some retracements. Okay, I mean, we love mean divergence. All right, a lot of the plays that we interact with, I mean, a lot of the market conditions that we like to play are those high extension moves, and we like to play the retracement back down in, and those look like some pretty good opportunities to do that. So where I actually had my order set was I did have a Euro play, and I did have a CAD play, and I did have a GBP play. I'm still in the Euro. CAD stopped me out. GBP actually made some money on GBP. Had 2 entries on GBP. Check out the snippet and a little bit of the market structure that I wanted to check out and wanted to get in on the GBP. Check that out real quick.
You think markets are going to be able to sustain this high and just push again? Then it looks good that we could push down into the 50% retracement, 61.8.
Agreed. We also have upcoming news, PMI for the Euro and GBP. So we see some volatile movement for the sell side. For those pairs. We saw.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's interesting, right? So if you guys notice, I wanted to take a break at that low. Here's a screenshot of where we are right now. So what you'll notice is we had a little bit of a leg down, and this is the one thing that anybody that doesn't like breakouts, this is what they don't want to see. They don't want to see a weak break, because we know as breakout traders, we know that market usually likes to come back up and retest. But what happens is if you get a weak break, then that means it can come back up further within your stop to entry to give you a little bit of a drawdown. Okay, and so now you're just having markets meander around within the range there of the stop to entry, and now you're just hoping for the follow through. Okay, and so that's actually what happened. So that whipped me out. But then if you notice, the market created a beautiful 23.6 retracement here in terms of markets holding that level. Man, I shorted that thing back down in ASAP. And what's interesting is what you'll note is that, folks, if you were trying to play NFP, and we had some really good numbers come out for NFP, okay, forecasted 175, we ended up hitting off on 222, okay, 222,000 jobs added. All right, so good news for US dollar. If you're trying to sell sell markets down in on that number, you really got whipped around. Most of the pairs whipsawed up and down 60 to 70 points, especially on this pound. Okay, so that's why you really want to have the inclinations of what the numbers are going to be. You want to kind of probably do some research, and the market structure is the last bit. Okay, the market structure has to align to give you the advantage. Okay, if market structures are overextended to the high and you get good US news, what does that mean? That's a good sign, because now you're going to have some short-term market participants exit based off of the risk, and you're going to have some new money come in on the sell side move. Okay, so that's what I was looking for as well. So we're going to go into the charts a little bit more. In terms of pullbacks, I'm trying to figure out what I want to see. I still think pound can have a 100% retracement. I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. Aussie looks interesting too for a sell-off. We were actually looking for a little intraday jump. I'll do some analysis on that as well. And Euro, I like Euro. I want Euro to kind of come back down to that base. Euro is very interesting. If you notice where Euro is at, man, it is sitting at $1.14, and there were highs made at the $1.13s. I'll show a little screenshot of that where you can see where wicks, we're hitting off on market levels there, price points there, and you'll see wicks kind of come up into the 14s. But folks, we are holding the high up there at the 14, and so that's always a very impressive thing. And obviously it's a fairly simple trade. Okay, what does price discovery aid us in? Price discovery aids us in having a bias. So based off of price already being within the structures from 114 to 110 or 111, 112, it is more feasible for price to come back down into those ranges. Okay, so if we get any US strength, good God, it feels like I've been hoping for this for a while. If we get any US strength, it's going to look good for us to catch those sells. Okay, so guys, let's pull over to the charts. I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the fundamentals and a little bit deeper into the market structure. Let's get some precision and see if we can catch anything this week. Okay, let's go over into the charts.
All right, guys, so we're in the charts here, man. So this Euro, actually, we'll start off with this. It's already pushing. It's pushing right now in the past 30 minutes. I'll show you guys when we go down into the lower time frames. But other than that, this is the weekly, and this is the area up here I was talking about there in a little bit of the earlier breakdown. Okay, so I was always impressed by the fact that markets, when they came up into this $1.14 range, high $1.13 range, that markets never really sustained. Definitely on the monthly, you can notice that there. Okay, so man, it does. This red candle just turned green. Okay, so for July, we were at a little bit of a red. We had a little bit of a red move, but now we're looking green, and this thing is looking quite explosive. I mean, we have not had 4 straight runs in up move in the euro in 2.5 years. Okay, unless you want to count this little situation going on here. Last time we've seen it is 2012. So damn, even further. Okay, so for us to get this boom, 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 boom hit back up into the high here, man, the market is definitely shifting in terms of directional move, and we could easily see this thing at our next target up here in the $1.18 range to high $1.19s. Okay, so now it's just about, okay, do we have everything fundamentally is everything in the markets right now in terms of the fundamentals? Has everything been priced in? And for me, I don't know. To be honest, I mean, things can, markets can slowly milk and, I mean, we just made a new high, but markets can slowly milk it and be infused with capital based on certain things that people are saying, and that could happen over the course of weeks and weeks and weeks. So, man, it looks like this thing could rip. What I would have liked to happen was a retest of the base. As you guys see, I already got my base drawn up here. I was looking at it earlier. I would have loved to have a retest of the base here. So I would have loved for markets to come back down into the base, and then I would like to catch some buy side move up from there. But taking the breakout seems to have been the trade, because every time you look for a retracement, you don't really get anything substantial. Okay, you get another push higher, you look for the retracement, you don't get anything, you get your break higher. And so you got to ask yourself, damn, is that going to be the same thing that's about to happen up here on this monthly, the strongest level, really amongst some of almost all the pairs? This is the strongest level in FX right now. And so are we about to crack? And that's the question. So for me, I'm just going to keep a lookout on it. If we get a breakout, man, we might have to execute on that move. But again, I would love to see the pull back down in. And if I get a pullback, I'll definitely be looking to see some kind of sell side move. I would love to see markets probably start to meander around, let's see, I would need to see them back here in the 14 flats, and I would love to see the market spill over a bit. But as you guys saw, we were keeping this ceiling here, which was why Sunday night, Monday morning, I was looking at this thing and saying, okay, boom, maybe we can get a crack lower, and then we get our push. But as you guys see, we never got the crack lower, so I was never really triggered in. I had some exposure on there for a second. And then I just ended up, I had to liquidate. I wasn't getting the move. And so, boom, right on time, we now have this huge up move, and that thing would have went against me. So, definitely looking to see this euro potentially break that high. If not, we can start taking some sell side move. Sorry about that. We can start taking some sell side move once that market pushes back down in there, okay? But euro is steaming along ahead, all right? So, Aussie USD. We're going to look at the Aussie NZD a little bit later on, too. I mentioned that I had a little buy order on the Aussie, and I still do, and I'm probably about to exit out of that thing. The level that we were looking at was this 23% retracement here. I'm going to have to take this off. So we're looking at this 23 break right here, and I am still in this position. It's not a very big position. I'm only up $200. And so right here, we were looking at a 23 break, pop higher, and we were looking to actually take it around that 38.2. So we probably are about to liquidate this Aussie USD right here. Okay, so that's something interesting to note. But the big picture move is I would love a sell side. I would love a sell side push on it. So I was looking for markets to come back down into this base here. As you guys see, I was looking for a very simple move. I was looking for a retracement up into the 38.2. Because I just thought, us looking at markets, this is what we saw before. I'm going to have to go back to the 4 hour. Whoa. So before, what we were looking at was this over here, and I was like, I don't want to buy. I don't want to sell that off. I think we could pull back a little bit. And then one of our members, my buddy Jesus, he said, dude, I'm looking at this 23 break up into that level there. Potentially even further, who knows? But looking at the 23 break up into that level, and I was like, well, that's also a good place to start selling markets off if you want to catch that sell. And so, boom, we had markets riding up into that level right now. So in terms of, our risk, technically, you're dealing with that amount of risk, and your reward is all the way back down to the base. So, it is actually not too bad. I can red that out and green that out for you. But I don't know if you guys need that, but who cares? I'll do it anyway. So, Aussie's looking good. Aussie's just been chopping around, man. If I show you guys what this thing looks like on the monthly, you'll see the levels that we're holding, And it's just, again, it's a major level that it's had a hard time getting past. Okay, so we all know this level that I've been talking about for quite a long time, and if you notice, that's where we're sitting right now. And boom, that's why I think that if we've already had to push higher up into that move, I would love us to see a crack back down to the base here. Okay, to the 49, 74 highs, 75 flats. Okay, so that's what I wanted to see for the sell side move. All right, I don't think markets could come up any further. I just feel like, again, if everything's going to break, then it's about to break. But if not, then we would love to see price come back down into the base there. The best trade that I've been kind of messing around with for the past 2 weeks was this GBP USD, as you guys saw in the breakdown. And we just had another leg down on this GBP USD. The 23 break was right here, and as you guys can see, it does look like we're probably about to come back down and hit off on this 50% level, hopefully, in the next couple of days, maybe even by the end of this session here. It's only 1 o'clock. And obviously, the nice move would have been the full 100% retracement, and that's what I was talking about in the breakdown. To see these markets come from this high and down into the low. So this is one of our pullbacks that we talked about last week, and it's working. It's working, all right? Another one of our pullbacks that we're talking about was this NZD USD, all right? A lot of guys are doing pretty well on this NZD USD right now. If I show you on the weekly, last week the pullbacks, and that was the first red week, okay? And we're having some serious follow through. And I'm telling you guys, look, this thing could easily come back down to the base here, okay? I mean, that would be amazing. And I mean, who knows? It'd even come back down to the apex. All right, but it could definitely come back down to the base of this structure, and there's a lot of profit potential within there. So if you're not in now, I don't know if you want to wait for a little bit of a pullback or something like that. But this thing is running. I mean, it was high. It was as low as 82% on the red side today. Okay, so again, looking for that market to continue that roll over there. And so we were also talking about, we had a little Sunday webinar looking at this GBP JPY. Same thing. I love this GBP JPY for a sell, and we are getting it right now. As you guys can note, you can see what kind of price action I got drawn up here, okay? And I saw the market slowing down a bit. All right, look how momentous this thing is, and then look what happens. All right, you get a little bit of a slowing down, and now you're getting some pushback down in. And so I would love to see a continuation. We were talking about where to get in on that move, and I was telling some of the guys, hey, look, man, I don't know if you want to get in right here because the market was up there at that high. To get in at the breakout here means you would have had not a lot of risk, but man, it would have been a pretty hefty stop to entry. I mean, you're dealing with probably over 150 pips. So for me, in my mind, I said, hey, look, maybe you can get a crack of the structure right here where I have that line drawn up, and maybe that could be where you start sizing in. And some of the other guys probably got in on the crack of the structure, of the high of the actual structure here. So again, I'm looking for GBP JPY to continue sell side as well. And again, it's just because it's at the high, it's at the high. There's, I think, a couple of things adding up to give the pound some weakness over the next couple of weeks. And so it'd be good to see this thing kind of fold over a bit there. Okay. And so, man, have I missed anything? It looks really good. The Aussie NZD was a beauty of a play. We were looking at this thing on Sunday night, and good Lord, when I saw it, I was just in awe, and I just thought it had a lot of potential upside movement, and we exploded up into that level fairly quickly, okay? And so that's, again, it was a very pretty play. Other than that, though, Euro, God, it looks like it's going full steam ahead. Aussie USD is working out pretty well. I'm about to size out of that Aussie USD on that 23 break. I'm planning to size out on that 38.2. Other than that, we'd love to see that thing sell side as well. GBP USD, we'd love to see that thing continuing sell side. So it kind of seems like the pullbacks are still in effect. Outside of this Euro, it's kind of running. And at GBP JPY, would love to see that thing continue as well, okay? And NZD USD, good to God. We're looking at a lot of pairs. All right, so guys, your profit, always my motive. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if you got any questions. Just comment below and all that, and we'll talk shop, all right? Talk to you guys very soon. Peace.